Hi gorgeous ones, I hope you've had an incredible week. This is your weekly Unconditional Love Rumi card. So just having a bit of a shuffle with these huge cards. Thank you for watching these new weekly Rumi cards that I've wanted to do. Do take this as a time to have a bit of a sit down, a bit of a rest, a bit of a deep breath, a bit of a meditation. Get into the flow. Yeah, right, so this one. Wow. Card for this week is number 6, but the message is simply 1. And a very interesting picture there. See the figure down here and this kind of like connectedness to this prism kind of oneness, and this kind of different, looks like different dimensions, different worlds there connected up to them. Let's see what Rumi has to say about this number 6, 1. One. I have abolished duality from myself. I have seen the two worlds as one. One I seek, one I know, one I see, and one I call. You look for me, and what do you see? You. Am I playing games with you? Holding up a mirror for you to behold God? Yes. These are games of love and truth. Look for me and find yourself, for I am you and you are me. And together we are one, playing hide and seek in love's great playground. Like molten gold poured from the furnace of divine love into a one-of-a-kind mould, you are created uniquely and of divine essence. You are both the lover and the beloved. There is no aspect of your life separate from your spiritual journey, and there is no aspect of you that is not of divine origin. So then, why the frowning, the fear, or the questioning? Let me share a sublime secret with you. Let me whisper it into your heart. Now, there is nothing to fear. All is unfolding according to the divine genius, and there is a sweet shift in store for you. No matter how dire circumstances may appear to be or despairing you may feel, there is still an avenue through which fulfillment and resolution will be granted. This will happen. That is because the divine seeks wholeness of the one. That means anything and every part of existence, and that includes you and all aspects of your being and life, is claimed by the divine. Your return to the divine is demanded. Every part of you, every life circumstance. The divine keeps rigorous, flawless accounts. Therefore, nothing shall be left unaccounted for, not even that which seems to be outside divine attention and grace at this moment. You must remember that you are a living heart, the dweller at the center between heaven and earth, star and soil, light and dark. If you cannot summon the joy to rise up and meet the divine beloved, fear not. That cunning lover lies deep within the depths, waiting to gather you into sacred embrace as you descend into darkness. Either through flying or falling, you shall be caught and tangled up in divine embrace. So fear not. Cast aside worry and concern. Know that you are thoroughly itemized on the divine ledger, and not one moment of your struggle or suffering shall miss the hawk-like gaze of the ever-attentive and heavenly beloved. This oracle comes to you with a particular guidance. There is a friction or conflict within you or your life right now, a sense perhaps of being pulled in more than one direction, and confusion because of this. You are questioning which path to take, this way or that. What if you choose this path and it turns out the other would have been better? But how can you know now what choice, if any, is most needed in your life? So many questions. Your mind is scurrying. There is no other word for it. Backwards and forwards it goes, to and fro, trying to settle upon the truth. I love you too much to allow this to continue unchecked. Surrender. Give it up. The truth you seek is this: you shall be. You shall manifest your destiny just as the acorn grows into the oak tree. You cannot be other than what you are, and as you accept this, life responds. It breathes and relaxes around you so what you need can come to you more easily. It finds you, drawn to the need in you that is natural and inviting and not a cause for anxiety or distress. The need leads to satiety. The need leads to you being satiated. What is desired and what fulfills that desire is one. They are lovers that come to each other naturally, even through darkness and confusion, drawn to each other, following the natural course of the universe to become one. So do not fret and fear, my beloved. Do not hold back from that which feels incomplete out of anxiety or distress. It is just the lover that will soon be joined by the beloved. You are recognizing the moment before this occurs, so fret not, and instead let that inner lover loose. Allow her to shake out her hair, put on her most sensuous perfume, and laugh as she dances barefoot in fields of lush grass and fragrant flowers. Let her tempt her beloved to come close because she can be seen, she can be heard. Her movement sends her scent through the air. She entices the yearning beloved to her, and soon enough they meet, and it becomes possible for, yet again, two to become one, and then there will be wild peace and ecstatic contentment within you. If there is any part of you struggling to surrender the conflict between old and new, between what has been and what needs to be, between passion and duty, creativity and rationality, between this role or identity, then know this: even the conflict serves. Don't choose either one and believe it is the answer. Sometimes the sacrifice is not one or the other, but the idea that it can only be one or the other. At another level, a level of divine resolution, there is beyond the apparent polarity and conflict a third way, the rising up to where there is only one perfection taking place constantly. Open your heart. You'll find the bridge to understanding and trusting in that perfection there, where it has always been and will always be. Don't worry, all is happening exactly as it should. This oracle brings you particular guidance. There is a resolution and a perfect coming together of elements in your life that might have seemed disparate or in conflict. Something you have been trying to integrate is so very nearly ready to click into place. Perform the sacred honoring ritual and stay with your process. The coherence, the integration, the balance and coming together you seek is on your horizon, approaching you swiftly now. So this really hooks up very well with the weekly Vimeo reading, which I wanted to tell you about in this too, as I do every week. It very, very much was about that infinity symbol, that movement between those two things. And the outcome card for that reading was the 8 of Cups. And that message was really about, I suppose, from that place of allowing either seeming opposite things to be, taking that movement towards things with new eyes, not resting in either that or this, one or the other, but just always looking at things with fresh eyes from a position of wholeness and understanding that everything is always whole. There are 8 cups here, but yes, there is desire for more. That is that movement between the one and the individual, the desire, that there is nowhere to go, but there is somewhere to go, and that movement. Okay, so the sacred honouring ritual now we can do. Place your hands at your heart. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I gaze into my heart and you are there. I gaze into your heart and see my own face. We are one. The oneness is contagious. May it swiftly affect every aspect of my inner world so that my outer existence aligns gently with perfect harmony with the great divine beloved. You and I are one with the perfection of divinity unfolding now and always. Through grace and my own free will, so be it. When you are ready, place your hands in prayer position and bow your head in reverence and recognition to the one divine plan unfolding. I surrender into the one truth of divine perfection, which includes my own divine destiny now. Through mercy and grace, so be it. When you are ready, simply close your eyes and bow your head again. Then you have completed your ritual. So, yes, it's all unfolding according to how the one expands. And we are all interconnected within that. And it's just not as simple as we think it is. We think that cause and effect is the only thing that exists. Yes, it kind of is, but we don't understand the intricacies of the way that everything fits together. And so it is about surrendering and allowing that jigsaw to move and play and do what it does, and knowing that it will always work out in the most perfect way. If you're interested in supporting the channel and buying the weekly Divine Feminine Masculine reading, that is available on Vimeo. The masculine is undergoing a pretty big shift. It's a very big shift, actually. Big shift into a completely different place for that reading, which I found very interesting. The details for that will be below. Otherwise, I very much thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. This is the Rumi Oracle by Alana Fairchild, if you are interested. The deck I use for the masculine, feminine, unconditional love readings is the Rider-Waite Centennial deck. Have a wonderful week. I shall see you next week. Thank you for watching again. Lots and lots of love. See you again very soon.